The Queen and the Goddess didn't just cross paths, they collided in a backstage confrontation that immediately turned personal and explosive, giving WWE fans a moment that could very well be the spark to ignite one of the most compelling rivalries the women's division has seen in recent months. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss found themselves locked in a heated verbal clash that didn't just draw attention, it demanded it. This wasn't a casual exchange or a staged promo, this was two dominant forces, two former champions, standing toe-to-toe with zero intention of backing down. And if anyone thought this was about friendship or mutual respect, think again. This was about dominance, about reputation, about who truly controls the spotlight in the women's division. Welcome back to Suplex Saga, your ultimate home for all things WWE, from explosive promos and fierce rivalries to jaw-dropping matches and the backstage chaos that keeps the WWE universe buzzing. Make sure to hit that subscribe button now, because things between Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss are escalating fast and furiously. During the most recent episode of Smackdown, cameras caught an unexpected and extremely tense moment between these two icons. Alexa Bliss, in what appeared to be a rare moment of vulnerability or perhaps tactical thinking, approached Charlotte Flair with a bold proposition. She wanted the Queen at ringside for her upcoming match. A simple ask on paper, but given their icy history and mutual distrust, it was anything but. Charlotte wasted no time with pleasantries or sugar-coated responses. She stared Alexa down and cut straight to the point, "We're not friends." Just like that, any illusion of a truce was shattered. Alexa, refusing to be brushed off, stood her ground and fired back, noting that in today's WWE, every top star has backup, stables, alliances, factions. She pointed out that no one walks into battle alone anymore. Charlotte wasn't moved. Her reply was colder than steel. "I'm not a cheerleader," she said bluntly, before twisting the knife with a smirk and a ruthless follow-up, "and you'd be a terrible one anyway." The look on Alexa's face said it all. She wasn't going to be dismissed like some rookie. With biting sarcasm, she snapped back with a verbal counterstrike of her own. The energy in that moment could have set the entire arena on fire. This was no mere spat, this was a declaration of war wrapped in glitter and disdain. It's obvious that Charlotte Flair has no interest in being anyone's sidekick. She sees herself as the alpha, the leader, the standard. As far as she's concerned, Alexa Bliss is a distraction, a delusion trying to claw her way back into relevance. But if Charlotte thinks Alexa's just going to crawl away and lick her wounds, she may be making a critical miscalculation. This could be the fuel Alexa needed to remind the world why she once dominated the women's division with mind games, grit, and a wicked smile. This encounter has all the makings of a grudge match waiting to explode. Could this moment evolve into a bitter, personal feud that plays out over weeks or even months? Will Alexa rise from this rejection with a plan to make Charlotte eat her words? Or is the Queen about to learn that underestimating Alexa Bliss might just be her biggest mistake yet? There's a storm coming in the women's division, and its eye is locked firmly on Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Are they on an unavoidable collision course? If they step into the ring again, who walks out with their hand raised and their legacy intact? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and tell us who you're backing in this fiery face-off. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe right here on Suplex Saga, where the drama never sleeps and the action never stops. The Queen and the Goddess just gave the WWE Universe a moment that no one saw coming and no one will forget anytime soon. A backstage confrontation that wasn't just tense, it was electric, personal, and possibly career-altering. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, two of the most decorated and iconic women in WWE history, stood just a few feet apart, and in those few feet, a powder keg of pride, ego, and past resentment exploded into a war of words that might be the beginning of a new era-defining rivalry. This wasn't about titles or tag teams or even championships, this was about something far deeper. It was about dominance. About who commands attention when they walk into a room. About who sets the tone in the women's division. And about two fierce competitors who refuse to let the other write the next chapter in WWE without a fight. Welcome back to Suplex Saga, your #1 destination for everything WWE. Drama, action, unscripted intensity, and the behind-the-scenes fireworks that often rival what happens in the ring. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing the kind of real-time breakdowns that fuel conversations across the WWE universe. Now, let's get into what really went down on Smackdown. During a routine backstage segment, cameras caught something extraordinary, a rare encounter between Charlotte Flair, the self-proclaimed queen of WWE, and Alexa Bliss, the five-time champion whose evolution from Sparkle Princess to Twisted Enigma has made her one of the most unpredictable forces in the company. Alexa approached Charlotte with what at first glance seemed like an unusual request. She asked Charlotte to stand at ringside during her next match, an ask that shocked not just fans watching at home, but even the locker room. Everyone knows that Charlotte and Alexa have never exactly been allies. Their history is laced with mistrust, interrupted pushes, snide remarks in interviews, and cold stares during tag matches. So for Alexa to make this request, that wasn't just bold, it was a statement. But Charlotte Flair, in full queen mode, didn't hesitate to respond, and when she did, it was with icy precision. She cut Alexa off with a firm rejection, delivering the words that instantly sparked the firestorm, "We're not friends." No hesitation, no softening. Just a direct slap in the face, figuratively speaking, from one of the most respected women in WWE to another. Alexa, however, didn't flinch. Instead, she stood her ground and pushed back, pointing out what's become an undeniable trend in WWE: almost no one goes it alone anymore. From Damage Control to the Judgment Day, from tag teams to full-blown factions, the modern era of WWE is defined by alliances and collective strength. Alexa argued that everyone has someone in their corner. So why not her? Why couldn't Charlotte see the value in having backup, even if temporary? But Charlotte wasn't interested in the modern trends or the strength in numbers strategy. Her response was delivered with a smirk, dripping in arrogance and sharp enough to draw metaphorical blood. "I'm not a cheerleader," she said coldly, "and you'd be a terrible one anyway." That line didn't just sting, it detonated. It reduced Alexa's request to rubble and added insult to rejection. But if Charlotte thought Alexa was going to sulk or back down, she clearly underestimated the fire still burning inside the goddess. Alexa shot back with a sarcastic retort, cutting through the air like a knife, and in that moment, the backstage area felt more like a battlefield. The energy was palpable, the tension was suffocating, and everyone watching knew that this wasn't just a one-off exchange. This was the start of something personal, raw, and deeply competitive. Charlotte Flair is making it very clear, she walks alone. She doesn't do backup, she doesn't play the support role, and sure.